Hello, hello, hello. Hello, anybody out there? All right. I am inviting in my friend Jasmine. Let's see. Jasmine, are you here? She's not here yet. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. We're going to be cooking today. Are y'all excited? I'm cooking with a friend of mine, Jasmine. She is going to bless us today with some really amazing affirmations. I am just looking to add her into the live stream. So give me 1 minute. I don't know why she's not coming up. Let's see. Jasmine, if you're here, can you send me a request to join the live stream? Because I can't send my invite to you. Where's everyone joining from? Drop it in the chat. What's on the menu? Ooh, I'm gonna pin it to the top of the live. We're gonna make a goddess salmon bowl. Jasmine, if you're here, wave. I don't see her yet. Hey y'all, thanks for joining in. Cute kitchen, thank you. Canada, wow, that's amazing. Let me try to add again. I might have to go out, y'all, and come back in because I don't see her in the chat. Jasmine, if you're here, send me an invite, please. Hello, hello. We're making a goddess salmon bowl for anyone joining. I'm just waiting for my co-host, my guest of honor, to join us. So we'll give it a couple more minutes. I was asking everyone where they're joining from. We got NYC in the building. We got Canada in the building. Who else we got? Where y'all at? Keep dropping your location. While I try to send my invite. One to that account. Hey y'all, LA. What's up, LA? I hope y'all are having nice weather. Oh, we have Jasmine. Hi.
Second. Let's see.
I can see you. You look gorgeous. I can hear you.
I can't see my face because I see the comments, but I can't see me.
Oh, I see you.
Hiding behind the comments. Does that make sense?
Let's see. Oh, that's my head. Hold on. Let me come out here. I see your face fully, and I see comments like, well, I see people joining, but I don't see comments.
Yeah. I don't know why they're all on me.
Oh. How does it look on your phone, Tori? Hey, y'all. This is Jasmine. Do y'all see comments all over Jasmine's face? Let us know in the chat if you see comments over her face, because I see her face. Did you tap your screen, Jasmine? Because sometimes when you tap the bottom, like the kind of like comments or the join notifications go away.
I said hi. Okay, so maybe that helps.
Oh,
okay,
I see
so the
you.
comments
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw your comment that said hi, but I see majority you.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome.
Great. I have my water.
I love that. I have my water too. Welcome, Jasmine. Well, first, we'll do some quick intros. Everyone who is joining us, welcome to our first live together. I originally heard about Jasmine, learned about Jasmine on Spotify, listening to her wonderful podcast, Habits of a Goddess. And her affirmations spoke to me. They still speak to me. I was really inspired by her, and I started just following her on Instagram. And she is lovely, just as amazing as she is on her podcast. She is absolutely that and so much more, over the phone and through the internet. So I was really happy that we're able to do this collab together. So everyone, meet Jasmine. Jasmine, you want to give a quick intro to the people?
Hi, yes. So I'm Jasmine Rasco, and I am the founder of Habits of a Goddess podcast, which is all about self-care, self-love, and spirituality affirmations.
Yeah.
And I live in Florida. I love the Florida life.
I love that.
Really happy, grateful to be cooking today with Natasha, and I'm so grateful for you guys to say, hey, girl, I've been listening to your podcast, and I've been really wanting to collaborate with women that are like-minded, and I feel like
Yeah.
this is positive, collaboration,
Yeah.
and I'm happy out because I like that too.
I love it. I
Like,
love it. Amazing, amazing. I'm super happy about this. And this is like not really like super thorough and planned out. It was just like all vibes. Like I felt the vibe and I wanted to jump back into cooking on live with y'all. So for anyone joining from Jasmine who doesn't know me, I'm Natasha. I go by Asili Glam Cooks online. The first question is always, how do you pronounce your name? So it's Asili Glam Cooks. I have been cooking and doing content creation for about 4 years now. The recipes range from comfort, delicious, easy meals to family friendly and just decadent at moments as well. And so, yeah, I live in New Jersey with my 2 boys and my husband. And this is literally a dream job. I couldn't have picked it better if I tried. So super happy to be back on live and cooking and demonstrating, especially with such an amazing guest like Jasmine. I actually cooked on Instagram Live in the pandemic very frequently, so it's been a minute. If you were here in 2020 and cooked on live with me, drop a comment below because it was a time. So today we're just going to jump right in. Jasmine and I are going to make a goddess salmon bowl. We kind of came up with this concept and brainstormed this idea together. My followers love seafood and especially the undefeated Miss Salmon, okay? We love her. We stand for her. We eat her. She's great. So I wanted to do something like Jasmine recommended, a little lighter since it's midday. This is not nighttime. We want something that is easy for you to do for maybe like a lunch, an early dinner, whatever the case might be, summer vibes. So we're gonna keep it snatched and cute. And we're gonna make a goddess salmon bowl. The most important thing, and I taught Jasmine this earlier, was just to come up with a formula for this meal, if you will, right? So it's less about a recipe. So I'm gonna go through with what I have for ingredients, and Jasmine's gonna share what she chose for ingredients for this formula. So my ingredients for the salmon bowl, my protein, of course, is salmon. If you don't eat salmon, of course, you can choose any protein you like. You can do shrimp, which is super lean but high in protein. You can do chicken, whichever one. And then you want a grain. So my grain is quinoa today. You can also do a carb like orzo or any type of other noodle that you might like. Maybe like a lentil noodle, a chickpea noodle. Totally up to you. And then as far as the toppings, this is the part that's fun. So we're gonna do some pickled onions. We're gonna do some cherry tomatoes. We know it's a tomato girl summer, okay? And I actually got some edamame, which is really nice with salmon. And then my green is arugula.
nice.
So that's my bowl, my ingredients. Jasmine, what you got?
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna closer so I can see. Yes, couscous.
my base. I love couscous. I also have some arugula.
Love that.
Fan of arugula. I'm also showing YouTube live too if you see me like panning over.
Hey, YouTube.
I have some tomatoes,
Okay.
4 cucumber.
Yum.
We love, and I have a red onion,
Okay.
peas, and then I picked up this dressing I've never tried before, but it looks really delicious. This is lemon garlic dressing.
Ooh, that looks really good.
Pause
Where'd you
or
get that?
I got this from Publix.
Okay. I love Publix. You know we don't have Publix up here, right? In Jersey.
Oh,
That's
okay.
thin.
It's plant-based.
Okay. I love that. I love that. Okay, cool. So we have all our ingredients, y'all. We're just gonna kind of go right into our prep process and then we're gonna start cooking it up. But in between, if y'all have any questions for myself or Jasmine, please feel free to drop them in the comment below and we will absolutely get to like a little Q&A section at the end. But in between, Jasmine, I'll have a couple questions for you. You might have a couple questions for me and we'll kind of just go through the cooking process that way. I'm trying to look at any questions up close while I have my eyes this close. And
salmon.
yes, and the salmon, absolutely. Someone said different ingredients, can't wait to, and then their comment cut off. So I'm glad you can't wait. We can't wait either. Let's jump right in. All right, so step one, my salmon's already dried and cleaned. The step to getting a really nice sear on salmon bites, you want to make sure your salmon is completely dry. So I already did this step, but I'm just going to demonstrate. Paper towel, must have, and just pat your salmon completely dry. That is the only way to ensure you're going to get that like beautiful crust that we all know and love with salmon. All right, so as long as your salmon's dry, you're good to go. I'm gonna pop mine on the cutting board. And then we're gonna cut our beautiful cubes, right? So you want the cubes to be about 1 inch thick and 1 inch wide. It depends on how you like them particularly, but they'll cook really good if they're in some nice cubes. So I have about a 1 pound fillet. So I'm gonna first cut it vertically and then I'm gonna cut it horizontally. Say it again.
Where do you buy your salmon from?
This one's Trader Joe's. I really like how they sell the kind of like barbecue sized portion. And I find that their Atlantic salmon or even their wild caught is super fresh. So I really like Trader Joe's for that. But the local grocery store is also totally fine.
I buy mine from Whole Foods.
Okay. Very good. Love them too. So we have 3 little portions right now, and if I was like gonna bake this would be like the perfect salmon kind of like fillet, but we're gonna do salmon bites. Exactly, we're gonna do salmon bites. So now I'm gonna cut this.
Let's see how you cut yours.
Horizontally, right? So I like it to be these little cubes.
You like this size?
Cook really pretty in this size. So that's about 1 inch thick and then 1 inch wide. So we'll cut up our salmon cubes. So Jasmine, I want to know, first of all, a little bit about how you've been so consistent with publishing on Habits of a Goddess podcast, because your accolades are incredible and that is not by mistake. That's by hard work. So how do you stay so consistent with publishing?
Thank you. So I stayed consistent. When I first created the podcast, I wanted to create something that would be accountable for like continuing doing like my own inner work.
Yeah.
Prior to creating the podcast, I had mentors, life coaches, experience, going to therapy, and so all of that really helped shape me like who I am today. Felt like creating something on my own that's very continuously was like my continuing of like doing my own, because at the end of the day, like hire people to like help you on your journey, but like you have to do the work yourself. So this kind of like me like to hold myself accountable. It's like, okay, I'm gonna hold myself accountable and create something for me, but other people can benefit off of it too whenever I as it goes to the universe, and whoever discovers it, they discover. And how I've been able to be consistently over the past 4 years is that everything that I've ever felt like a challenge in my life, I will create an affirmation for it.
Wow.
Or if my listeners like will message and say like, hey, can you create an affirmation around this subject? Like it gives me like extra content that I can like create something for.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's in alignment when someone reaches out and say, hey, I've been listening to the podcast, you know, like, can you create an affirmation around this? And I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Right.
So combination.
I love that. That is amazing because the work that you do it's so soul driven, right? And so I think sometimes we go forward with like how we feel most days versus like this is just something that's in me. This is something I have to do. I'm like inspired to do it. I have the passion to do it. But like you show up consistently every single day, no matter what, uplifting yourself and uplifting everyone else, despite how you feel or despite what might be going on in your surroundings. So that's super commendable, and we definitely can take inspo from that. I'm gonna wash my hands to get the salmon juice off.
Yeah. Before I wash my hands, this is my salmon.
It looks perfect.
Thank you.
I love it. Okay. So we have our salmon cut up, and before we move over to the stove, I think the next thing we should do is just measure out. Well, are you doing a grain? You said quinoa, right? No.
Quinoa.
Couscous.
I'm gonna do no, actually couscous, not bad.
Okay. Yeah, let's measure out our grain so that way we're gonna be ready to sear the salmon. After we season it, we'll sear it, but we'll also be able to move over and cook the grain at the same time.
So
because these should actually be done around the same time. They cook very similar.
Yeah. I'm
just gonna do a cup of quinoa. I have white quinoa from Trader Joe's as well.
This cooks, I think, around 7 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, that's super fast. That might be faster than mine, because quinoa is a little bit like rice. So I'm gonna go in with just a cup of quinoa, and I like to use a little hack to make these kind of like ancient grains taste a little bit more flavorful. You can use bone broth, or you can use any type of like stock that you might have on hand.
Mine's
packet. It came with a packet?
Roasted garlic and olive oil flavor couscous.
I love that. And it said probably put like, I don't know, a cup and a half or so of water.
1 1/4 cup of water.
Okay. So instead of water, sometimes you can use like a unsalted chicken broth or just something to continue to like enhance the flavor a little bit. That's like my favorite thing with like grains, because it makes it taste a little bit, has more like, I don't know, like a little oomph to it. So water is totally fine if you don't have broth on hand, but totally up to you. So I have 1 cup of quinoa. I'm gonna do some bone broth. This one is really good. It's beef flavor, but they come in chicken, but it has a lot of protein. So again, this is a power bowl. You want to stay full. You want to be nourished. Any little protein that you could get, you want to add that in. So I'm going to measure out, I think this might be 1.5 cups. So I'm going to add a little splash of water to bring it to the 2 cups that I need.
So I have a question for you.
Oh, yeah.
So what made you start going live during, you said you started this page during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
What prompted you to go live? Did you always have, or did you start?
The thing that prompted me to go live was, one, everybody else was going live and I was getting so much joy from it. I would join people's live and be so happy, so entertained. So that was number 1. It was the thing to do. And I was definitely not scared to do it because I was enjoying like celebrating everyone else that was doing it. So when my cooking, I'm experimenting and doing all these things, I was like, okay, maybe I do a cooking live. Like people really like the live thing right now. Maybe I do that and make it like a weekly event. So we just started testing it, and I would go live and cook a meal, usually like a dinner recipe. Actually, one time we did a brunch. That was fun. Ooh. And my husband would like DJ. Like it was like a little party. So like he's DJing, I'm cooking, but people are cooking with me. So I would invite people to join me just like you're joining me now, so I could see what they're doing. So it's like a little sneak peek into what's going on with them during COVID. Like it was a party. It was so much fun, and it had such good energy to the point where people were like requesting like season 2. I'm like, y'all, this is just for a moment. like chill. This was just for a moment in time, but I really enjoyed it, and I think I honed in on this like passion for like helping people with their food and their cooking and like ideas, and like it only catapulted from there. But that was definitely the start of all the things cooking.
Billionaire Style that says she missed the live era, so she misses it.
She was one of my first supporters. Tina was one of my first supporters for the lives, and her husband Caleb would cook literally like every single recipe. They would make it look better than mine, like gourmet, like looked so good. So they were some of my favorite guests on the live back in the pandemic. We had a great time. That was a good question. Thank you.
So I have my stove on. I need to boil the water. Do you
Exactly. Yep. So I have my liquid measured out for my water. So I'm gonna pour that in. Yep.
Alexa, set timer for 5 minutes.
You better get it, Alexa.
I'm not sure how long it'll take, but I said 5.
Yeah, let's say that way. So I just put my water in to get going to a little boil, my water and my bone broth. We're gonna pop our quinoa in as soon as it comes to a little bit of a boil. And also don't forget to like, well, you have a seasoning packet, but for anyone that might be cooking grains, like you gotta salt your water, okay? So make sure you salt your water, and you can put like any other aromatics you like too, like cilantro or herbs, anything of that nature is totally fine. My salmon, I'm just simply gonna season it with the Trader Joe's salmon rub. It has literally everything that I would put on the salmon anyway. The Trader Joe's salmon rub. So this has brown sugar. Hey YouTube. Smoked paprika, black pepper, dried thyme. It's delicious. But you can use the same ingredients and make your own, or you can use just salt and pepper. It depends on your taste buds. This is all about how you like things. Drop in the comment below your favorite salmon combo for seasoning. I know a lot of y'all like the like Cajun, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper bag. Which is basically this with a little brown sugar.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds so good.
And I like the color of it too, which is my favorite. So we're gonna liberally season.
I get that from Costco, but I'm not sure. Onion butter.
That was good. I like the Kinders. I think I have that too.
I haven't tried it yet. Maybe I should experiment.
It's very good. Where's mine? Oh, yeah, the lemon butter.
I think I'm gonna. Oh, you have it?
I have it.
Okay.
It's really good.
I'm gonna experiment. I haven't used it yet.
Perfect. So I'm just adding a little bit of olive oil to my salmon bites, because remember we dried it with paper towel, so you want to go ahead and add back in a little bit of moisture.
Okay.
So once you have it nice and seasoned up to your liking, people like measurements, so I'm going to say if this is a pound of salmon, you want to use at least a teaspoon and a half of your seasoning rub that you're going to use, and about a tablespoon of olive oil.
I love this little black pepper grinder thingy.
Yeah.
I got from Amazon.
Oh yeah, I love mine too, but I need the batteries for it. That's the only thing about all these gadgets. It's like, man, by the time you start using them, the battery runs out. All right, so my seasoning is on. The salmon looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and put some oil in my pan. That's the seasoning. Yep, that's the seasoning Jasmine seasoning. Did anyone say in the comments what seasoning they're using on their salmon? I'd love to know.
And I'll post this on my IG stories, just in case, you know.
Yeah.
And I use just in case.
So I have a pan here. I think y'all could see. This is actually from my Amazon drop collection, y'all. The Caraway pots and pans, they're amazing. They're non-stick and they're great for searing. So I just added another like half a tablespoon into the pot. I have it on a medium medium low-ish heat. You don't want the salmon to burn. It's gonna get a really pretty crust, but don't go too high, right? We're gonna kind of cook it nice and even, so that all the surface of the salmon, they get really, really nice and crispy and brown and delicious.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you add, I know after you season, did you add the olive oil?
Yes, I do about a drizzle of olive oil so that the seasoning can stick to the salmon really nicely. So this is my salmon with the oil and a little bit of the seasoning. I'm going to start throwing them into the pan.
Let me just toss it up.
Perfect. All right, Jasmine, let me ask you another question. A good business one. How and what strategies, what's your favorite strategy, if you had to pick one, your favorite strategy to grow your podcast? Because you can share some of the accolades of where your podcast stands nationally or globally, with the audience, for those of the folks tuning in who are being introduced to you. But what is your favorite strategy to get to that point?
Okay. Let me put this in and I'm going to answer the question.
Yeah.
So we can.
Yes, we want you to stay on target here with us. Can y'all see I'm putting the salmon? Oh, it smells so good already. I'm putting them in, but I'm spacing them out. Maybe, yeah. My assistant's going to come a little closer. Thank you. Yay. Okay, so I'm popping them in, but I'm making sure that they're not touching because we don't want the salmon to steam. We want it to sear. Now, you can also do this in the air fryer because that is actually my favorite method, but I felt like the stove top was more appropriate for today. So y'all can really see what's happening. So my broth is boiling, so I'm going to go ahead and put my quinoa in as well. Actually turn it
I'm going to do that too, and then I'll answer the question.
Are there any questions in the chat that I can answer? Someone just said something, but I can't read it from here. What did they say? There's something.
The Trader Joe's salmon roll doesn't miss.
7 minutes.
Oh, an actual kind of knife you use.
Oh, I love this knife. This is just a Amazon knife. I don't even have like a brand name for it. Actually, I do. I think it's called Mosifata. My friend Tori actually bought me this knife just as a gift one day. She's the sweetest, and it's become my favorite knife ever to use. And it's super, super affordable on Amazon. It's linked in my LTK. But it is a chef's knife. I use it for everything. All right, I wash my hands all the time in the kitchen. Sorry, y'all. Anything I touch, I gotta wash my hands. Y'all seen that meme? That meme where it's like you touch like one little thing in the kitchen and you gotta wash your hands 10 times. So that's me. All right, so my salmon is searing and our quinoa is in. You just have to wait till we got some action going to flip the salmon a couple of times, but we got a couple of minutes on that. But just wash your salmon so that it doesn't. That looks good, Jasmine. Yes. Amazing. We're on the same step, same page.
All right.
Perfect.
So now, okay. So as far as like strategies to grow my podcast, this is gonna sound so cliche. I didn't have a strategy.
Yeah.
Like when I started the podcast, I had no clue how to even start a podcast. I had no clue how to record. My first episode, totally butchered it, and you probably can't even tell, but like I know because I know now. But what I did was I knew being consistent in life is what helped me become like who I am today.
Yeah.
And all the people who are tuning in and listening to the podcast each week or every single day, if they're like replaying episodes, is that they find that being consistent in their life, having a routine, can help set like the foundation for their day.
Right.
So you're never gonna like play out of style. Always be consistent in whatever you're doing, growing your social media brand, when you're growing your business, whatever you're doing in life, whether you're working out or you're just eating healthier. being consistent is the key to success. Like, you don't have to be the best in the room. You don't have to be the smartest in the room.
Right.
You don't have to be the wealthiest person in the room or the most beautiful
Right.
in the room. But if you're consistent and you're showing up for yourself every single day, your hard work will pay off. And that's how my podcast became successful, was because every day, you know, I do something for myself that helps me become the best version of myself. And whatever I create, I pour into that. So you see that as an extension of me. Like, the podcast is an extension of me. And obviously that's showing like how I take care of my mental, my spiritual, and my physical stuff too. So being consistent is how I became successful with the podcast and how I became one of the top 100 podcasts in the world.
That part.
And also aligning myself with my passion. Like, if you're passionate about something, you're gonna be successful at it. Like, whether you're making money from it or not, like, you're gonna do it because you're passionate about it. Exactly. And a lot of times your passion meets opportunities will make you monetize your gift. So
absolutely, I couldn't agree more.
Came in alignment, and I was able to monetize my gift, which was my voice and my podcast. So that is the key to anything in life. You don't have to go and, you know, do anything crazy out of the ordinary. It's just you being consistent, showing up for yourself. There is no magic formula to it. It's just you showing up. Yeah. Even when you don't see the results in front of you, like, if you're showing up for yourself, everything will happen in divine timing. And that's how it happens for me. And that's how it can happen for anyone who's on this live that's looking to start a podcast, start a food and lifestyle blog.
And you know, people don't look. Say, flip your salmon, flip your salmon. Whenever people ask about like what the key to success is, and I feel like consistency is usually a common answer, you know, it's almost like a letdown, like, oh, like that's the answer, it's consistency, but it's so true. I think people see the success of creators or whoever you might admire, specifically in the digital space or elsewhere. You see the success, and it's not overnight. It's through a lot of hard work and a lot of consistent hard work. That looks really good, Jasmine.
Thank you.
Really, really good.
Thank you for with the salmon bites, because girl, they were about to get breath.
I know. I was like looking at mine. I was like, oh, yours are definitely ready. They're definitely ready. I wanted to make sure you turned around, but you did. These are the salmon bites, y'all. They have a beautiful, beautiful crust. It only takes about 2 minutes or so per side. I like mine nice and charred, but not too crazy. So they're right where I want them. So I'm going to prepare just like a plate with a little paper towel on it. So any excess olive oil can go ahead and drain.
Oh, wow. My coos, how is your quinoa looking?
My quinoa's cooking away.
So look,
still.
Couscous.
Oh, your couscous is already ready. Yeah, that was couscous.
Yeah.
I should have done couscous. I should have done couscous. It's so quick. My quinoa needs probably like 10 more minutes.
Couscous as often, but I do cook quinoa a lot, and this is so easy. Like, literally 7 minutes. It's not even 7 minutes because Alexa haven't went.
And it fluffs up so good. Yay! Love it. All right, I'm taking my. So when you take the salmon bites out, remember, this is not chicken, right? So it's not gonna necessarily hold super firm. So just be really gentle, because you don't want them to fall apart. You want them to kind of like hold their form. So be as gentle as you can when they come out of the skillet. Would anyone try this dish at home? I want to know in the comments. Are you going to add a salmon bowl to your weekly lineup of dishes? Because this is such an easy like meal prep dish, or also a weekly dish that you can make on repeat. Like every Wednesday could be your goddess power salmon bowl day, right? And you can change it up with your toppings, change it up with your sauce that you use.
Timer.
And your veggies, right? Use veggies that are in season. So it's a versatile dish, and that's why I like it the most.
These look so good. Look at them.
Yeah, they look so cute. I'm gonna come closer and show mine too.
Alexa's still playing. Alexa, stop timer.
I'm having trouble connecting.
Alexa, girl.
Alexa, girl.
I'm having trouble connecting. I'll keep trying.
Okay, let's unplug you for a minute and let you recharge. I'm gonna chop up my cucumber and onion.
Perfect. Can you guys see my salmon? Mine are all done. They're resting on a piece of paper towel, and we're gonna move on to the next step. Oh, YouTube too. Hey, YouTube. Okay, so these are my salmon bites. I don't know if anyone's watching on YouTube, but these are my salmon bites, fresh out the oil. We're gonna let them rest while we chop up our tomatoes.
All right, so my question for you, are you ready?
Yeah, what's your question?
Two little ones. How old are your little ones?
Jasmine, you're paused for me. Okay, you're back. Yay.
You're a mother of two, correct?
I am.
How old are your little ones?
So I have a 10-month-old and a 3.5-year-old.
Oh, wow, a 10-month-old and 3.5.
Yes.
Okay, so my question for you is, how do you manage motherhood, being a wife,
Ooh.
running a successful food and blog lifestyle,
Oh, man.
social media influencer, cookbook author? How do you manage that? Because the ladies need to know this.
Let me sip my water, girl. I don't know how I manage it, to be honest. With prayer, water, and a little bit of sleep whenever I can get it. How do I manage it? Honestly, I think it just comes down to the fact that I'm just like by nature, and this is where nature and nurture comes in. By nature and nurture, I'm a very grounded person. My mom she was a single mom who raised me. She's from the Caribbean. I have a lot of traits from her and just like teachings and lessons from her that have just like grounded me my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And so being in this season of life as a business owner, as a wife, as a mother, and just someone just trying to be a good human, you know, it's a lot. But I think that my foundation is just rooted in family and rooted in community and rooted in support from my village. And so that just makes me feel good, and I feel supported, and I feel loved, and I feel like I can do it. You know what I mean? I feel like I have the support. I've always had like a little delulu in me. So to be delusional enough to think that this could work, to be delusional enough to think that I could get the husband, have the kids, do the business, go after the dream. That little delulu is in me, and it's pushing me forward. But most importantly, it's the foundation. It's the elements that I think my mom and my village and like my husband and people around me, my friends, my community here that root for me and cheer for me and uplift me. It's the only way I keep going. And God just like showing me the vision and just showing me how to like move through different seasons. It's really been a blessing. It's been a lot. Not without hurdles, y'all, okay? Not without clawing and climbing out. I was on a podcast earlier this year when I talked a little bit about my from corporate, that's the word, from corporate to creator. And I talked a lot about just the journey of that whole situation. So it's been a long time coming to get to this point. But now that we're here, it's just about sustaining and managing, and I can do that with family, love, and of course God at the center of it all. So that's the long answer. That's the long answer, y'all.
I'm pretty sure you have a lot of women that follow you that are mothers, or may not, have a 9 to 5, or they may be a stay-at-home mom, or they may be a content creator too. They're probably thinking like, how does this woman like create content, and how does she juggle being a mother? How does she juggle being a life? How does she juggle self-care for her, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot to juggle. It's a lot to manage, but I think knowing that you can't do it all on your own, I think people sometimes like shame folks who are in like the spotlight and they see like, you know, the glimpse or the reel of their life and they think like, oh, they're managing it all on their own. They do this, they do that. But it's like people have like huge villages behind them, huge support systems behind them, a lot of systems in place to make this thing run.
I forgot my seasoning from my
Now that couscous about to be as unflavorful.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I have my dressing.
Well, why don't you do this? Add like a little bit of olive oil or butter so that it can adhere, but sprinkle a little bit on.
Okay, I like
Because it's not
that.
gonna have no flavor, Jasmine. You're gonna have to add that in, girl.
Got keeping it real.
Hey y'all, we still have people joining, new people joining. Hey, hey, welcome to Cooking Live. We're making a goddess salmon bowl.
We're adding
I never pinned that to the top, but
flavor. The
yeah.
I forgot the seasoning pack.
Sprinkle that seasoning pack on. We're gonna be all right.
I'll sprinkle the pack too.
All right, so my tomatoes are chopped up, y'all. I have my pretty pink pickled onions that I pickled for another recipe earlier this week that I want to use up. And then the only other thing left to really cook, let me check my, that's still cooking away. The only other thing to cook is edamame. Did y'all know you could buy edamame like this, like already ready to go?
Yes.
Let's see. This is also Trader Joe's. They sell everything I love. So I'm just going to use, I don't want to use the whole packet. I'm just going to put some in a bowl. Probably like a quarter cup. And I'm going to add a little bit of water. You have edamame too? Yes. Love it. I'm going to add a little bit of water and then I'm going to steam it in the microwave just to basically warm them through because they're already cooked.
All right.
So this has 2.5 minutes in the microwave. So I'm using my microwave safe bowl. This is just like a Pyrex dish. And I'm going to pop it in the microwave so that they warm through. And that's my last topping. Oop, just lost my water. Did y'all see that?
You do?
And that's my last topping, and my water went straight to the ground. All right, 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right. Water.
And Jasmine, while you're making your couscous flavorful, let me get my next question for you. Let's see. I mean, you kind of touched on it earlier, but for anyone who is just joining us, what have affirmations or what role have affirmations and positive mindset played on your personal life? So we know that you share affirmations with your community, with your podcast, and that's literally the basis of your show. But personally, what role does that play? You did touch on it in the intro, but let's bring it full circle for everybody.
I'm going to pop this in the microwave.
Yeah, edamame. Perfect.
Okay. So, I'll ask the question again.
Yeah, so what role has just positive mindset and affirmations played in your personal life, right? Outside of your podcast and your business, what role does it play in your personal life?
So for me, I feel like personally, I always had like this internal, like I knew internally, like I always wanted more for myself.
Yeah.
Affirmations have always been like me uplifting myself.
Yeah.
And some feel like when people look at you, they may feel like you're perfect, you have it all figured out. And I don't always have it all figured out. I don't never feel like I'm the smartest person, all the time in the room, and that's okay. And so for me, affirmations have reminded myself that like it's okay to trust and depend more on other people or outside of God or universe or whoever you believe in, right? It's okay to like lean back into your feminine energy. It's okay to trust and receive and ask for guidance. It's like having a personal connection with your higher self.
Yeah.
So for affirmations have reminded me to like, it's okay to take a moment and just like slow down. Like it's okay to like, it's okay to be more in your feminine energy and not over your masculine energy. Like, yes, we all have masculine and feminine energy, and for me, affirmations have just reminded me like who I am. Like it's
that's the part. That's the takeaway
like,
right there.
sometimes you
Love that.
sometimes you feel like you're behind. And personally, I'll just share a little bit because you brought up that how your mom raised you. You're a single mom, right?
Yeah.
For me, growing up, my grandmother raised me. So I lost both of my parents when I was young and I was 2 years old. So I didn't have a tribe growing up. And on my journey, I discovered affirmations. I discovered meditation.
Wow.
And truly allowed me to like be vulnerable with myself and be okay and be like, you know what, Jasmine, like, yes, you have many challenges in life, but guess what? You can overcome them. That's a limited belief. Whatever comes up in your head and you feel like it's a roadblock, it's a belief. Create that affirmation, girl. Work through it. Move towards it. And if you need outside source help, hire a therapist. If you need help, hire a life coach. If you need outsourced help, turn on your affirmations and, you know, empower yourself. So that's how it has helped me on my personal journey, is to remind me of my own power. Because we all have it. Like, I know people probably look at me and think, wow, she has it figured out. Or they may look at you and think, wow, she has it all figured out.
Yeah.
We all have, you know, challenges in our life at different levels. And I think it's so important, like how we're collaborating, to lean on each other and be nurturing to each other and empowering each other. And whoever's on this live, you know, like, this is amazing. Like, you are witnessing two beautiful goddesses empowering each other and uplifting each other. And I think that should be celebrated. You know?
It should. I love that. And so with that, I did want to ask a follow-up question. The goddess portion, so habits of a goddess, what background do you have with like the goddess title? Like, is that a personal connection or just something that you really liked?
So I always felt like women are goddesses.
Yeah, and we are. That part, yes.
You know, this power, right, that we hold and we create, you know, whether you're a mother or you're not a mother, it doesn't matter. Like, we all create. You're creating cooking meals for yourself, or you're cooking meals for your family, or the way you do your makeup, the way you do your hair, or the way you talk and communicate to people on a daily basis. Like, we're all creating something that's magical within ourselves and sharing with others. So I always feel like, you know, goddess have always stood out to me as far as like how I visualize women who are like just alchemizing their life and just like making everything around them magical and just pretty. Like, I feel like women like you, like myself, and women on this live, like, you can look at a woman and see her creations. Like, look at her. Does she look well nourished? Does she look healthy?
Yeah.
Does she look energized?
Yeah.
Look at the goddess.
Yeah.
Like, she got to turn it on.
Come on.
And if you turn it on, activate it. Okay.
Yes.
Inner goddess, and then you walk out the door. But don't leave the door without it activated.
Come on, goddesses. All right, so back to the bowl. Thank you, Jasmine, for that amazing just look into the background and inspo behind your affirmation and what it means to you personally. If you're just joining, because so many people are joining so quickly, I feel like we have to bring them up to speed. We are making a goddess salmon bowl, but we're making it with different variations. We're teaching the formula of a salmon bowl that is high protein, that's super nutritious, that you can make for a lighter dinner, something in the summertime if you want to eat a little healthier. It makes the perfect lunch, but it's also super filling. So we are at the stage where we're about to build our goddess salmon bowl. I have all of my toppings. I have my salmon bites ready to go. And lo and behold, my quinoa is ready to join the party. My quinoa is finally ready. So I'm going to fluff her up. Ooh, she looks good.
I'm going to finish chopping up my my toppings.
Yeah. Perfect. So my quinoa is ready. I just fluffed her so that she has a little life. We're gonna let her cool down, but I'm gonna grab my bowl, and honestly, we're just gonna start to assemble. Right?
Okay. And then let's.
My arugula. I want to know what y'all would put on your salmon bowl if you're joining us. Let me know in the comments what would be like your ideal salmon bowl. We're gonna make this pretty. I'm wondering, should I bring the phone closer? Do y'all want to see like all up in the bowl? Would that be would that be interesting for y'all? We could definitely do that. Corey, let's bring the phone over.
So for your doing your quinoa first, and then your arugula.
Yes. I'm gonna bring it. Can I flip the camera? Yes. I'm gonna prop her up like this so y'all can really see inside the bowl.
That too. Let me finish my. I have one more topping to chop up.
Yeah, you're good.
So I'm gonna do my avocado, and so you guys can see up close my bowl too.
Yeah. So I think we should just layer it with the grain first. So you can do your couscous first. You can do whatever. Maybe like you have rice that you prefer. You can always do that first. But I think the grain is a nice base. And just like Chipotle does it, you can have it your way. So today, you're gonna
like
have a little, right? You're gonna have a little arugula for a little peppery green bite.
Can you guys see my bowl?
Yeah, we can see your bowl perfect.
Okay. So let's do. I have my couscous season now.
Nice. Very good. Very good.
Do a little bit of that.
Tomatoes.
Gonna make it pretty though.
Yeah, let's do it for the gram, right? Make it pretty for the gram. So I have my salmon bites here. We're gonna use the prettiest ones. This came out so cute, y'all. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Making like something like this. This is like perfect.
Yeah, I really enjoy.
This looks so.
I really enjoy bowls. So I have my pickled onion.
A little bit more couscous. Don't be shy in the couscous department.
Ooh. Got some edamame. There
we go.
Oh my gosh. This bowl, y'all? Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? See how bomb that looks. Ooh.
Do you like my bowl?
Let me see. I'm in the other end of the Oh, come on, Jess. Yes.
Pinterest worthy?
It is. Come on. First of all, I love the bowl itself. You need to give us a link.
Thank you. Oh yeah, actually, it's on my like to know it, but I can link it in the stories after.
Please link it. It's so good. See, I like bowls with like a higher rim sometimes because you could do like even like a ramen in that or like a soup.
Yeah. You can totally do that.
My bowls are always like, I love them, but they're like wider, so like not as great for anything other than like rice or pasta. Yeah. I really like that bowl. Ooh, if y'all like what you're seeing, drop a heart in the chat below. Let us know how we're doing.
Yeah.
Drop some red hearts in the chat if you're liking what you're seeing. All right, so I think I have all of my ingredients in, right? The next thing I'm gonna do, I actually want to cut up a piece of lemon because I want to put the lemon on the arugula because arugula needs a little bit of something, acidity to me. I'm gonna add some chipotle mayo for my dressing because I like a little kick.
I'm not a fan of mayo.
I know. Some people hate mayo. It's like one of my favorite things ever. It's so good.
Like, wow.
And I'm adding some organic sesame seeds.
Look
It's a
at you.
little crunch, but also I think just aesthetics. It's a
That,
vibe. And that's how the bowl comes together. What we got in the comments? Let me see.
Let me check. I got one
Oh, we
more.
got some red hearts. Okay, red hearts. Yes, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love. Thank you. I'm gonna cut my lemon.
Feta cheese. Do you have like cheese on yours?
I didn't do the feta cheese. I wanted to, and then I literally forgot it on my list. That's why I
yeah.
don't have it.
Okay.
I forgot it on my list. But yes, feta. You can definitely add a cheese to this formula because it gives a nice creamy bite. If you're not like lactose, I guess that is.
I'm missing one thing. I don't know what that is.
Are you? I'm putting my lemon
Yeah.
on.
Probably that's it. That's last is the dressing for me.
Yeah, the dressing. That
Okay.
looks so beautiful, Jasmine.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yours, yours definitely look like it came straight from Pinterest.
Thank you.
Is that a real picture?
It's the real one, y'all. It's the real one. So let me hold it up.
Dressing.
Let me hold that up. Yay. And we're gonna do a little work while we got y'all. We're gonna take a nice picture of this too. So that this is how we work. This
Nope.
is live with a little work. So when I do my videos and recipes, like right after I finish the presentation, because I know we'll probably taste this on camera. So I usually take a really nice, like high res photo. So that way I can put the recipe on my website and share it that way. Because God forbid I don't put a recipe with something I post. It's over. So this is the only way I can guarantee that like I have the right assets to be able to put this on my website.
This is very light. My dress is very light.
Do you prefer like more of a vinaigrette dressing or more of a creamy dressing?
I like vinaigrette dressing. I'm
Okay.
not big on like too much of thickness, you know?
Thick, yeah. Because I was gonna say they do make like a plant-based, like a Caesar sometimes, or like tahini. I think is like a creamy plant-based type, dressing without all the mayo and calories and all that. Here's the bowl. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to taste this.
Let me take one more picture with the dressing now on it.
Of course, y'all are seeing us work in in real time. So it says, "Glad you made this for me. How do I get my plate?" Tina girl. Somebody says, "Let us know how it tastes." Yes, we're gonna do a taste test in 1 minute after we capture all our photos.
I'm gonna get a lemon too, so I'm copying you, getting a little lemon garnish.
Yes. Someone said you have us trained on the links. We need a link for everything. I know that's right. Look, we love a link over here. We love a link. All right, so I'm gonna move my phone back to the other tripod. So excuse the movement here.
I'm totally look at me. Okay. Look at me. Look at the lemon.
That looks so beautiful. I love it.
Thank you. You inspire me.
Oh, that's what it's all about. Oh, this looks so pretty.
Oh, this looks so
View.
like the pictures I be seeing.
Oh, do y'all see this? Oh my gosh, let me know. Raise your hand in the comments if you're gonna try. YouTube, check this out. Are you gonna try the salmon bowl? Because, come on.
All right, so ready for it? Let me turn my
Good.
camera around. Okay. Oops. There we go.
I have my fork. I'm gonna come closer for the taste test.
Get my agua por favor. You have your water? You ready?
I do.
Cheers.
I keep my water ice cold all day in this picture. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Love it. Cheers to us. Cheers to us for cooking this beautiful goddess power salmon bowl live I'm so proud of us. And we're going to go in for a little taste. God, we thank you. Amen.
Amen.
Let's go ahead and see what it's tasting like. That's the most
Okay.
important part. So with a bowl, are you the type where you mix it all together? Okay, no, you took a bite that I would take because I just want a little bit of every little topping, but I'm gonna go ahead and like pick it up individually.
This is so good.
Mm-hmm. Y'all. Mm. Mm. The flavor? Wow.
And guys, even though I forgot the couscous packet, the flavor is still there.
The flavor's still bomb. Oh my gosh. Like the salmon is perfectly cooked. That's why I really love salmon bites. Mm. Wow. Not me drooling on the phone.
If you update your phone, you can actually taste the food.
Come closer, y'all. Come closer. Second bite, your bite. Oh, this was so good.
Oh my God.
Do we have any questions in the chat that we missed?
Yeah.
Because I think Instagram might literally kick us off because we just hit an hour, but we want to make sure if anyone had questions that we answer them. I don't see questions in the question box, but I'm going to scroll and see if there are any questions in the chat. Let me know if you see any. Oh, I see someone said, Tina said, I'm making this week for sure. Yes, tag us when you make it. I love it.
Oh my God, you guys are so funny.
Like, they're making it. Come on. All right, well, if y'all don't have any more questions for us, we want to, I think, close it out, right, Jasmine, by just thanking everyone for joining us. I hope you got to know me a little better, and I hope you got to get introduced to and also know Jasmine a little better. For the people coming from my end, I really appreciate everyone joining in. And let me know in the comments if we should go live again, right? If you want to see more of this, please drop your comments below and you'll be able to find this recipe on my website. I will upload it as soon as I can, and you can recreate it for yourself at home and live your best goddess life, okay? Oh, wait, but Jasmine, you want to lead us in like a quick affirmation set? I almost forgot that. Oh my gosh. A quick affirmation set before Instagram kicks us off.
So I'll leave you with an affirmation for today.
Love that.
Take and use it throughout the rest of the day or the rest of the week. And let's go into it.
Yeah.
So just place your hand over your heart, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. And exhale. And take one more deep breath. Hold it, and then exhale. And repeat this affirmation after me. My inner goddess allows me to rest in my feminine energy.
My inner goddess allows me to rest in my feminine energy.
My inner goddess allows me to rest in my feminine energy.
My inner goddess allows me to rest in my feminine energy.
My inner goddess allows me to rest in my feminine energy.
My inner goddess allows me to rest in my feminine energy.
I think it's really important to know that everything you're doing is going to prepare you for your future self, your higher self. Yeah. And how we did today was cooking. That was taking care of ourselves, nurturing ourselves, our inner goddess. And it allows us to rest in our feminine energy.
Absolutely, because it's the best energy, okay? It's the best, most powerful energy.
It's delicious.
Yes.
From that, your family benefits when you're in your feminine energy.
Absolutely.
My family, my friends, and my lovely listeners, they benefit that when my feminine energy because it's nurturing, it's healing, and it's amazing. So
Yeah.
allow yourself to rest in your feminine energy this week.
Well, I hope y'all repeated that affirmation. I hope you'll take it with you to all the amazing goddesses who tuned into our live today. Thank y'all so much for joining, and maybe we'll see you next time. But if not, check out Jasmine's podcast, Habits of a Goddess podcast, on Spotify, and I'm sure we're all podcasts stream. And
Bio,
yes,
just in case.
link is in her bio, and she's gonna drop some links to them plates
Yeah.
too. So stay tuned after that. Stay tuned after that, and we'll talk soon. Love y'all. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.